Boot Fixer.
3 ways to make old hard disk compatible with Cerbios 3.x on the original Xbox.
Beep, beep, beep. Game on.
So you stumbled across a release for your original Xbox. Something like the dragon-loaded hard disk image. It's an IMGC build. You figure out how to write it to a new drive. Install it into your Cerbios Xbox, power it on, and you get greeted with a black screen. No dashboard, no recovery menu, just nothing. So what happened? Today I'm going to explain what an IMGC file actually is and why older builds fail under Cerbios 3.0 or higher, and 3 ways to fix it properly. Let's get into it. So what is an IMGC file? Well, it's essentially a compressed mirror image of an entire hard drive. Think of it like an ISO file for a DVD, except instead of burning it to a disk, you write it directly to a hard drive. In the case of the dragon-loaded 500GB build, that single file contains everything. The C partition, the E partition, the F partition, all the dashboards, emulators and applications, the full FATX file system. It's a complete snapshot of someone else's Xbox setup, exactly as it existed on their console. The C in IMGC stands for compressed. So instead of distributing thousands of tiny files, especially emulator builds with endless small assets, everything is packed into a single image file. This means that instead of copying folders manually, you just write one file to a drive and you're done. Simple, but this is where things get interesting. That convenience comes with a catch when you're running Cerbios version 3.0 or higher. And that's what leads to the black screen, but we'll fix that later. So let's first look at how to write the IMGC image to a hard disk using RawCopy. It's simple, reliable, and works perfectly for all types of hard disks, including original Xbox FATX drives. When you start RawCopy, you will see the Please Select Source. This is where you select the image file. Double-click on the file line in the source box and navigate to the location on your computer or laptop where you save the IMGC image. Next, in the main screen, press Continue to move on. Now, when asked to please select target, select the destination hard drive. And be careful, choose the hard drive that you want to write the image to. Verify your selection carefully. Make absolutely sure you select the correct drive by checking the capacity and the description fields, and match them to the physical disk. Choosing the wrong target will overwrite all the data on that drive. So once you've triple-checked the target drive, click Continue. Now click Start to begin writing the image, and then, yes, another warning pops up, and click Yes here. The time required will depend on the size of your IMGC file and the speed of both your source and target drive. RawCopy will now display a progress bar, and obviously I'm playing it back at ludicrous speed, so wait until the process completes fully. Do not close RawCopy early, and it might be tempting because the process bar shows 100% before the final steps are actually finished. So wait specifically for the message, task complete. Only then should you close the program. At that point, the hard drive is now a full mirror of the original image. So you wrote the IMGC file to a drive. You install the drive into your Xbox running Cerbios 3.0 or higher. You power it on, black screen. And yes, that is completely expected. Here's why. Starting with version 3.0, Cerbios stores its boot configuration and recovery system inside a specific folder on the E partition, E/Cerbios. That folder contains the Cerbios ini file, which defines your boot path and recovery behavior. Now here's the problem. The 2024 Dragon build, and in fact any hard disk image created before Cerbios 3.0 existed, does not include that folder. It couldn't, because it didn't exist at the time. So when Cerbios boots, it looks for E/Cerbios and it doesn't find it. No folder means no Cerbios.ini, no Cerbios.ini means the BIOS cannot load its configuration, and the result is a black screen. The good news? This is not a broken drive, it is not a bad image, and it is very easy to fix. There are 3 ways to solve it, and I will show you all 3. Option 1. Use HExen if you have a working DVD drive. If your Xbox still has a working DVD drive, this is the simplest free method. Burn a copy of HExen, boot from the DVD. HExen bypasses the hard drive boot sequence and loads from disk. Once it loads, the FTP server is active, it grabs a DHCP IP, and you connect with FTP from your PC or laptop. Then simply copy your Cerbios folder, place it in the root of the E drive, remove the disk, shut down, and reboot. Even if your dash path is wrong, Cerbios recovery will now load and let you correct it. Make sure you set it to c/evox-.xbe and you're done. Option 2. Using FATXplorer. This method does require a license for the paid features of FATXplorer. But if you don't have a working DVD drive, it honestly is a no-brainer compared to buying replacement hardware. And it will save you a huge amount of transfer time in the future. Connect the drive to your PC via internal SATA or to your PC or laptop through a properly powered docking station. Mount the E partition and copy the Cerbios folder into the root. If needed, it's also very easy to open the cerbios.ini file in Notepad. Make sure it reads -pad equals c/evox-.xbe and save the file. Safely unmount the drive, power down the PC or laptop, and install the drive back into your Xbox. That's really it, you're done. On to option 3. Option 3. Temporarily downgrading the BIOS. If you have no DVD drive and no way to borrow one, and no FATXplorer license, there still is a way. You can temporarily flash an older BIOS. For example, use an M8 Plus BIOS. Essentially, you downgrade the BIOS the same way I showed upgrading to Cerbios in a previous video, except now you're stepping back temporarily. You'll need the Pandora tool to download the BIOS if required, Xblast OS to flash it, and the correct M8 Plus version for your motherboard revision. Oh, and a copy of Cerbios v3.1 would also be great so you can flash it back afterward. I won't walk through all the flashing steps here. If needed, see my previous video where I demonstrate the process. But yes, this method works. Use it as a last resort if you can't run option 1 or 2. Important note, you will need a working hard drive running Cerbios in order to flash the older BIOS first. So do not overwrite your only working Cerbios drive with the Dragon image. Ideally, I would recommend you keep at least one spare drive with a clean Cerbios setup. Trust me, future you will be grateful. Final thoughts. While I'm running footage of the Dragon build in the background, because I know you're probably curious about that too, I want to say a quick thank you to Tony HC for putting that build together. What a massive amount of work that must have been. And of course, thank you for watching this tutorial. I know topics like writing a .imgc file aren't going to pull in massive view counts, and that's totally fine. Because even though this is a niche subject, the logic applies to older hard disk images, swapping drives, and restoring backups. It's all the same foundation, and if this video helps even a handful of you out there, that's already a win. You will find all the relevant links in the YouTube description, along with a full blog post I made if you prefer a slower, step-by-step written guide for any of the 3 methods. And honestly, this kind of topic is one of the reasons the original Xbox remains my favorite console of all time. It was so PC-based in its design that even in 2026, we can still create clean workarounds like this. On that note, one final shoutout goes to Ethan, the developer of FATXplorer. Hey Ethan, thanks a lot mate, because yes, I am an absolute fan. Last but not least, if this helped you, please drop a comment, it really makes my day. And as always, I'll see you in the next post or video, whether it's the original Xbox or another retro console entirely. BeatFixer signing off.